Hello everyone, welcome back to Midwest Snowglobe Repair and Enchantment. So I've got a pretty special snow globe we're going to flip today for all you Star Trek fans. Got a lot of really cool details. It's got what looks like one of the spaceships here, the Tholian Web. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. A lot of really cool details here. Pretty futuristic, but simple. So it looks like it needs some new water, and the owner had told me that the light has stopped working, so I'm going to investigate that some and see what we can figure out. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, so to save a little bit of time again, I went ahead and did a little bit of planning ahead. I got the bottom cover. I took it off earlier because it took me a little bit of time to figure out exactly how I was going to get it out of there. Alright, let's see here. So I see the wires here. There's the switch and all down here. Okay, so this wire comes down to here, this one to the switch. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead, find a way to mark that just so I don't get them switched up. Let's see. So I'm gonna put like a dot right here on this guy, and then right there. That way I know where it's supposed to go. Okay, so it's like first I'm gonna try and get the stopper out. And actually I'm gonna mark that too because I want to get it back to where it's supposed to be as best as possible. Okay. Alright, let's start working on this. The stopper is a little soft, but that means that it'll probably come out a little easier, which would be great. I'm trying to make sure I don't get any of that falling into the water. And I want to make sure that I don't hit the glass with this, especially because I can't really tell for sure because of the color of the water, but I have a feeling that this figurine inside is very delicate, so I don't want that to break. It's coming up pretty well. Just broke a little bit of the glue. That's alright though. There we go. That'll just keep more of it out of there. Some pieces, I just don't want those to fall in because those can become a pain in the neck. I'm gonna try to grab those and get them out of there if I can. It's kind of awkward with this wire. I could cut the wires, but I just think that's kind of unnecessary. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a pretty simple, interesting design there. That's really cool. I can't tell though, does that have an impeller at the bottom? I don't know, I'm gonna have to examine that really close. Alright, I'm just gonna get these pieces of glue, keep them from falling inside of there. quick. There's one. And there's that other one. Come here. All right. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to get my measuring cup. I'm going to start dumping this liquid out. Looks like I got a couple pieces that got in there still, so I'll go ahead and fish those out really quick. Because once these pieces of glue here, once they start to kind of break apart, it makes it a lot harder to preserve the original glitter, because it's almost like they become a little powder material, and it's just really annoying. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Looks like it's a little dirty, but I've seen way worse. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and wash the globe, and then I'm going to get to work on saving that glitter. So I'm going to put you on a pause in the meantime. Okay, I've got that all good and cleaned. Not sure if you can really see too great on the camera, but it took me a second. I thought there were some dirt spots in there, but it looks like it's actually some stars, which would make sense. It's Star Trek. So we've got this all set, and I got the figurine out, and turns out it's made more of a plastic, which is a relief for me, because that means it's not going to break so easily. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a few batteries out. See if I can see anything, because sometimes it could even be that there was just a little corrosion on this here. So let's see if I can see any difference here. Nothing. I don't see any light at all. Okay. So I'm thinking it's a light. It's like it sits on a ring of light almost. So I wonder, the wiring looks fantastic, so I'm wondering if maybe the switch went bad, because you can unscrew that and replace that. Okay, I'll have to look into finding another switch then in the meantime. But what we can do still is we can at least get this filled with water again and mostly back together until I can get a new switch. So I'll take these out, and then we will carry on. So the original glitter, I was kind of surprised, but it did unfortunately stain to like an orangish color, and it just, that looked pretty bad. But I do have some of this pretty close to the original, so I'll go ahead and use that today. And so what we're going to get started with is I'm gonna get this set in here, and then we will go ahead and get some water in. Where did, oh, here it is. That way I can use that for the glitter later. Okay, put some water in. It's a pretty good sized globe too. Now, let me move this over a little, you can see better. Just a dash of the rubbing alcohol, don't need much. And then we'll put some glue in to make it fall just a little slower. Okay. And now I'm going to give it a good mix. I'm going to turn it the other way so we can make sure it's good and clear. Okay. Alright, so I'm ready to go ahead. I'm going to dry this off just a smidge. I'm going to go ahead and put half a teaspoon of this glitter. I'm just going to do it this way so I don't make such a big mess. Take my advice, always put the lid back on immediately when you're done. I've learned the hard way of what happens when you don't. Mix it up. That looks pretty good. Okay. Got that done. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the figurine put back inside. I might go ahead and just remove the wires off of this. Just have to see what we need here. Alright, well, maybe I won't need to, because this is going in pretty easy. It is an older globe. I think this one said it was made in 1992. The year I was born. There we go. Got that back in. Just a little bit right there. Okay, let's take a look at it now. Okay, got some bubbles. That's to be expected, though. Okay, I'm going to let that settle down for a little bit and shake it up a bit, and then we will proceed from there to try to fill in the air bubble. Alright, so I went ahead, I was able to get these wires off. I just took my soldering pen, and I was able to just melt the solder enough so they just came right off. That way I didn't damage anything further. And upon inspecting all of this, it looks pretty good to me. So I'm not real sure why that light had stopped working. I wished I could remove this so I could see the light better, but I also don't want to break it because it's very, very vintage. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work on getting that air bubble filled in. Let's see, I'll try to keep it a little bit of a better opening as I fill it. Okay, let's see where we're at. I'm sure I didn't get it all. Got most of it. Some of the glitter looks like it's got a little bit of air. That is really cool, though, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like you're shooting through the stars. Alright, so looks like I've done just about everything I could for now, so I'm gonna have to find another switch, see if maybe I have one in my stash or if I need to order another in. So stay tuned and we will be back with that. Alright everybody, here it is. So the reason I didn't add any more video to this, I opened everything up, checked all the wiring, and I put a new switch on, and the light still will not work. So I have a feeling that most likely has burned out, and I just don't know any way of replacing that. But on the other hand, this still looks just gorgeous. You can really see inside there. It's all cleaned. I think that's really, really nice. You can actually see all the lines inside on the back there. Let's give it a little shake. It looks almost like they're just shooting through the stars. It's really cool. And I sent a picture to the customer, and they said that they're very pleased with it as well. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming back to my channel. I look forward to making the next video with you.